The morning sun rose gently over Noritoba village, painting the mud huts gold. The smell of roasted yam filled the air. Birds sang, children ran barefoot through the dusty road, and life moved at its slow, peaceful rhythm. But for Edeora, peace felt like a cage. She was 19, full of dreams bigger than the fields around her. She wanted more than fetching water, more than hearing, "One day your husband will take care of you." She looked at her mother, Mama Ifioma, bent over a basket of cassava, and whispered to herself, "I'll make money, Mama. I'll come back and change everything." Her mother smiled without looking up. "The city is sweet, my daughter, until it bites." But Edeora didn't listen. That night, she packed her small bag, hugged her mother tight, and left before dawn, chasing the bright light called Lagos. The city hit her like a wave. The noise, the dust, the rush, everything moved faster than her heartbeat. Edeora thought she'd find a job easily, maybe as a shop attendant or house help. But days turned to weeks, and her small savings disappeared like smoke. By the second month, she was sleeping under a half-broken kiosk. She'd clutch her bag at night and whisper, "Just one more day, Ada. Don't give up." People walked past her like she didn't exist. The streets of Lagos didn't care about dreams. One night, rain poured like punishment from heaven. Edeora curled up under a torn umbrella, shaking from cold and hunger. That was when a woman in a blue dress stopped beside her. "Hey, young girl, why are you sleeping here?" The voice was smooth, caring, too caring. The woman introduced herself as Madam Busy. She said she owned a home for young girls. She offered Edeora food, clothes, and a bed. Desperation drowned suspicion. Edeora followed. The house was clean, painted, and filled with laughter, but a strange kind of laughter. Women with heavy makeup and strong perfume greeted her with sly smiles. They looked rich but empty. Madam Busy gave Edeora a warm bath, new clothes, and food that made her cry. "You're safe now, my dear," Busy said softly. "Here, we take care of our own." But behind that softness was a shadow Edeora couldn't yet see. Days passed. Edeora noticed strange movements. Girls left the house at night and returned before dawn with money. Sometimes, men visited and whispered to Madam Busy before leaving. When Edeora asked what they did, Busy smiled and said, "We help men sleep peacefully. That's all." One evening, Busy gave her a small tablet. "This will help you relax tonight. You've been too tense." Edeora trusted her. She swallowed it. When she opened her eyes, she was in a strange bed beside a man she didn't know. The man was asleep. So was she. Nothing happened, but the fear did. She didn't understand what was going on. When she confronted Busy, her soft tone was gone. "If you don't walk, you don't eat. You can go back to the gutter if you want." Edeora froze. She had nowhere else to go. Night after night, Edeora was forced to sleep beside different men. They touched her, laid beside her, often drunk or half-conscious. But the silence was loud. The air was heavy. She was trapped, not by chains, but by fear and dependence. Sometimes she'd stare at the ceiling and whisper, "Mama, Can you still pray for me? I don't know who I am anymore. Time lost meaning. Adeora's smile vanished. She became one of the quiet girls, the kind that obeyed, walked, and never spoke. She watched new girls arrive, crying, desperate, and saw her own reflection in their faces. Sometimes, she touched the window bars and imagined they were the fields of Noritoba. She'd picture her mother's cooking, her laughter, her voice saying, "My daughter, don't lose yourself." But in Lagos, losing yourself was easy. It happened one night. Rain again. Heavy. Loud. The kind that hides footsteps. Busy had gone out. The guards were drunk. Adeora's heart pounded like a drum. She took nothing, just ran barefoot into the storm. Thunder roared, but she didn't stop. She ran through alleys, through mud, through fear, until her legs gave out in front of a church gate. When she woke up, the sun was warm, and a woman's voice said, "You're safe, my child." The woman was Mama Grace, the pastor's wife. She took Adeora in, cleaned her wounds, and gave her food. She didn't ask questions, just gave kindness. For the first time in months, Adeora slept peacefully, not beside strangers, but under a roof of peace. Weeks passed, and she started helping in the church kitchen. Slowly, her smile returned. One Sunday, Mama Grace told her, "Your past doesn't define you, my dear. What matters is what you do with your second chance." Those words healed something deep inside Adeora. Months later, Adeora stood again at the edge of her village. The same dusty road. The same baobab tree. But she wasn't the same girl who had left. When she saw her mother, Mama Ifeoma, sitting outside weaving baskets, her heart broke. She ran and fell to her knees. "Mama, I'm sorry. I thought I was strong. I thought I could make it." Her mother held her tight. "You came back, my daughter. That's all that matters." That night, Adeora sat outside their hut, watching the moon rise above Noritoba. She didn't have money, but she had peace. And for the first time in a long while, she smiled.